Nerd Soul.
Lay ill kid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing this street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Nerd Soul Gaming. Man, we having a good time. I got a special guest up in here right now. See, this guest is usually a guest, you know what I'm saying, that comes on and talk, you know what I'm saying? We got Coop too, but man, this brother has made another milestone. So I present to you Open Mind. What's up, man?
What's up, NERDSoul family and FGC gaming community? Hope y'all excited about this year in fighting games. We got a good year ahead of us right now.
Yeah, man. And I got this young gentleman up here to celebrate him for a moment. And you know what? I want to take a second, real quick. If you want someone to celebrate you, you know what I'm saying? Holla at that person and say, hey, I want to come on your show. I just hit a milestone. Whatever the game it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever game it is, holla at them. It ain't got to be my show. You can go on someone else's show. You know what I'm saying? They can celebrate you. I can celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? It's all we celebrating folks out here. Matter of fact, speaking of celebration, I want to give a shout out to Snake Eyes for holding it down at Texas Showdown. Boy, I saw you. I saw you in your Cosby sweater. You know what I'm saying? I saw the boy was looking good. I was like, go ahead, Snake. He had a fresh cut. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't stand when brothers be going out there looking dusty. Snake Eyes look good. You know what I'm saying? Had a fresh cut, had the Cosby sweater, and he was killing it Potemkin. So shouts out to Snake Eyes. Much love to you, young brother.
You know who Snake Eyes look like in that photo? he looked like a dad. He looked like somebody's daddy. He's like he got children. And he's tired of the BS. I'm putting this sweater on because it's cold.
Not like, let me put this sweater on, man. It's cold. I don't know what y'all doing with this thermostat. And he gonna be like, who touched it? And look, this thermostat could be on 76, right? If you put that joint on 75, you about to get argued at for about 30 minutes.
Shout out to the dads who game. You got kids, you got wives, you got whatever you got. All these distractions in your house, and you still giving these young whippersnappers in the FGC this business because. You know, the younger crowd don't like the older crowd in the FGC because the older OGs, we just been doing this longer than y'all. So it's not about the tournament when it's just about the knowledge of fighting games. Like we've been doing this longer than y'all been alive, some of y'all. Like I'm 40 years old. Some of these dudes is just hitting 20, barely 25. And they good. I ain't saying they trash. I'm just saying they can't understand why we're so good. Those of us who are in our mid 35, up 40, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand how you old man. Don't y'all? That's just what Silver said to me. Ain't you got to check on your kids or aren't you a dad or something trying to like demean me because I'm an older guy playing games? I've been playing video games longer than you've been alive.
Well, here's the thing: you can't have it both ways. They just finished. There was. What was it? Either early this year or late last year, there was a elderly group, a group of seniors that played. Now, of course, this is an FGC, but I believe they played in Counter-Strike. I'm trying to remember. I know it was an FPS game, but they were celebrating them. Was it in Singapore or Korea? It was but they were celebrating them. So it's like, what you want to do? Is it good to be old or is it bad to be old? And then, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on, man. Y'all got to make up your minds. But you know what? We're going to table that. We're going to table that because right now we got Open Mind right here. All right. And the reason why we got him here is he has hit another milestone.
Another one.
He has crossed 6,000 wins.
6,000 plus, baby.
6,000 plus now. 6,000
plus.
That's a lot of wins. That's a whole lot.
50 something to be exact.
Good Lord. So that's a lot of players. So I want to say congratulations, young brother. You know what I'm saying? You out there grinding, putting your time in on that game. You know what I'm saying?
Just a couple hours a day. Just a couple hours a day. Every other day, whatever. You know.
An apple a day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. An apple a day keeps the L's away. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I did want to talk to you about this because this has been a long journey. We've talked about like the 5K stuff like that. When we talk about keeping the L's away, one thing that comes with this game is losses. You know what I'm saying? One thing, like you look at any champion, you can look at any champion out there. They have lost something.
Yeah.
I don't care if you want to talk about football, basketball, baseball, wrestling, wrestling, like actual wrestling, not WWE, even though we love y'all too, but of course we know that's scripted. So, jiu-jitsu, boxing, kickboxing, anything. Every champion has lost once or twice. Now, they may not have lost. There are some that may not have lost professionally, but if you go into their amateurs, like right before pros, somebody probably had their number. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, it's part of the game. And it reminds me of the Dwayne Wade commercial where it was like, fall down 9 times, get up 10. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not, it's the losses are part of the game. You're supposed to lose. You know what I'm saying? Those losses provide lessons for you. You know what I'm saying? So transitioning into that, what lessons have you learned on this road to 6K in DNF Duel?
I've learned a lot of little small lessons here and there. Just the lesson that I've ultimately learned just in fighting games in general, not just with DNF Duel. When losing helps you adjust, right? You have to adjust in fighting games because everybody is going to get used to your attack. Some people have to fight you 5 or 6 times to get used to you, and some people can get used to you after the first round. Like the first round, you come at them and they've already downloaded your sequence. In the second round, you can't land a hit, or you can barely land a hit. It all depends on who you fight. I've learned just in general, and this is across the board for fighting games, to adjust. You have to switch it up. You cannot
true that.
Because you practice this combo in practice mode that it's going to land every time you hit confirm. Because you can hit confirm and have the combo and still drop it. Now you're the one attacking, you have the juggle, and you drop the combo that you've done 1,000 times. Just because you've done it 1,000 times don't mean you're going to do it 1,001 times. You might have to drop that combo and start over, wait for your next opportunity to try again to finish it and complete it without dropping it. So it's adjusting is it's other things I've learned, but the main thing for me is to adjust. Losing helps you adjust how you're playing. You may have to do a freestyle combo that you haven't practiced in practice mode. You may find yourself in a fight with someone who forces you to do a combo that you yourself haven't even practiced or never done before, but you pulled it off in the heat of the moment because the moment asks for it. So adjusting is the key to victory. You got a game plan, but we make plans and God laughs. So you got to adjust.
Yeah.
In the middle of your plan that you already had, even if your plan is working, you can drop the combo and they can get up and recover and get you back in the corner. Now you're the one holding block. You have to adjust. You can't think that because you've landed that combo on 5 previous opponents, that the opponent number 6 is going to fall for it just because those other ones did. And if you're not willing to adjust, you're going to stay stagnant right where you at.
Yeah, I will say when you're talking about like the combo on the fly, there are times when I've been playing and I've done a hit or done like a follow-up hit where I was just either trying to hurry or mash it. And I'm like, oh, hold up, I can do that?
Right. like you do a combo that you did the combo and it landed and you thought to yourself, wow, I could do that?
I didn't know that connected. I didn't know that was...
Yeah. But because you're mashing, the hits are still going, your thumbs are still hitting the button, and you still going with it until the gravity takes over and the character falls. But these things happen in fighting games. Anybody who plays fighting games at a high level have experienced a accidental combo that they themselves pulled off, never practiced, never even thought it's possible, but did it in battle. Because it's just practice mode. You just don't. In practice mode, you don't see everything because the dummy is standing still. They're not attacking. So, and you can adjust the dummy in the settings to do like counter hits, but it's different when you set the settings in the practice mode versus somebody doing something to you in real time battle that you react to. reaction and going with it, and like in a split second moment where you like, oh, I hit confirm, oh, I can continue, let me keep going, let's see where this goes. All these things taking place in split seconds.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That adjustment part. I like that because it is even on your side when like, oh, okay, cool. I like say you're fighting. Let's say you're playing Street Fighter and you're playing Street Fighter. Let's say you play Street Fighter 6, and you're in a match against, I don't know. Let's say Aki. Let's go to the future. Well, no, let's not that far. Let's say against Cammy, and you're like, oh, I have Cammy downloaded because I fight Cammys all the time. And then say that you play someone in another location. So say in most cases, say a lot of people that play Cammy in America kind of play it the same. But say you get matched with someone from Canada and they approach Cammy as a character differently. Or say you get matched with someone who's playing Cammy in, Egypt, Ethiopia, Ghana, Afghanistan, Germany, wherever, Singapore, China, whatever, and they play Cammy completely differently. And now you have to be like, okay, hold up, this is the same character, but what I'm expecting isn't coming out the same. And I have to now kind of like relearn how this character, and adjust to what this character can do and will do, if I allow them to. So that I like that. So all right. So outside of adjusting, are there certain characters or certain players that have like taught you certain things about the game, as you've been kind of going along?
Oh yeah, there's a player in particular, Milo Mads, #1 Ghost Blade on DNF Duel. I've said this to him and we laughed about it in the past, but I'm gonna say it here again live. Is Milo Mads single-handedly taught me how to play DNF Duel. It wasn't something he was doing, like trying to teach me. He was just like anybody else, just in the rank mode, and the server kept matching us. This was last year, by the way, 2022, nowhere in this year. But running into Milo Mads on my way climbing to the top, he was also climbing to the top. He hadn't got to the top yet, but he had already mastered the game. You could tell the way he was using the game's mechanics, the way he was crossing me up and just getting me just in these little sneaky situations. And normal people would get frustrated and mad and cut the game off. I kept taking those fights from him and taking those L's because I was like, okay, he's doing something that I didn't know DNF Duel could do. I thought I had the game figured out. I thought I just had it all figured out because I was just on win streaks. I was win streaking. I go on a 12-game win streak, take an L, start over, another 15-game win streak, take an L, 20-game win streak, take an L. Like, that's what I was doing until I started running into Milo Mads. I was fighting Ghost Blades, but there was nothing like his Ghost Blade. His Ghost Blade was just different. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Ghost Blade could do that. So he's the player that I'll credit for DNF Duel. Nobody else but him. Yes, I've learned things, but nothing that I felt like I needed to really like implement. I would just if it's a learning thing, it's more of when I fight this guy, I got to fight this guy like this or that guy. But Milo Mads gave me just fighting him, just paying attention to his fights versus the other fights that I would just steamroll, or whether even if I was losing, I didn't learn anything. The person who beat me didn't teach me nothing. I might have lost because I kept dropping combos or just misjudging stuff or guessing wrong, but nothing in those other losses that really taught me something that I didn't know. Some losses aren't necessarily lessons. A lot of time it's just your sweaty fingers, distractions in the house, or just you're not focused in, so you didn't put enough effort in, so you lost. But I would give Milo Mads 100% credit for me getting the 6,000 wins I have and me being the number 3 daddy. Because he's the number 2 daddy, I'm the number 3 daddy. I'm sitting right next to him. But I wasn't always sitting next to him. I was at the bottom of the barrel like everybody else at one point. So I give it to him because of the way he plays the game. It's not so much as he playing with Ghostblade. It doesn't matter who he was playing with. This human being that's piloting Ghostblade had some gang knowledge that he didn't explain to me like in text or inbox me and say, hey, do this, do that. I just kept fighting him, and I kept getting better and better, and I started beating him. He wasn't steamrolling me no more, to the point where we would go a set and I will always win one in between those sets. He wasn't just killing me with 2 sets. We would take it all the way down to the wire where both our life bars was empty and he just got the last hit. And I'm cool with those types of losses, because it's like I did my best. I got this dude's life bar down to nothing, and he's still standing. Because sometimes that happens. It happens to me a lot. I'm always the one with no life and somehow win it. So when I get a fighter down to that, I empty your life bar, but you just ain't quite dead. I still feel like, all right, well, I did my best. Yeah, I lost, but it was down to the wire. It was about who got the last hit off. You know what I'm saying? Versus I'm losing, you either perfected me or you got way too much health and I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? Them the losses I don't like. But you got to take them. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to just give somebody the credit, I give it to Milo, man. He taught me everything I know about DNF Duel. Fighting him, I fought other good players who were just good in their own right. But I don't give them the OG sensei title that I give to Milo. I still give Milo the sensei title. I joke around with him, but when I inbox him every now and then, just to say, hey, what's up, cat, dog, snail, if we ever run into each other, I'll always refer to him as sensei. And I say that he didn't. I'm sure Milo probably in his mind, like, I didn't teach this guy. Now he's not my student. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's probably thinking that. But I'm looking at it in terms, it's like a respect thing. I respect this game, and I own the fact that everything that I know about DNF Duel, I learned single-handedly from that guy. Nobody else but him. So I credit my skill, I credit my accomplishments and my achievements on DNF Duel to Milo Mad. So if he ever seeing this video, he already knows this because I've told him, but at least to put it out on podcasts to just be a positive light in myself, I can uplift somebody and praise somebody else. That's not me. Like there's no arrogance in me. A lot of people may think I'm arrogant because I talk a lot of craziness on in the FGC on Twitter, and I got strong opinions like anybody else. But the core of me is not an arrogant. I'm humble. Like every time I put a clip out, I always put at the very end of the clip, still humble. There's a reason for that. It's a little subtlety, you know what I'm saying? There's little nuances, but I'm gonna stay humble no matter how good I get, because I can still take an L from a scrub. A scrub can beat you even if you're better than that scrub. You can always lose to a scrub, even if you're a god. You can still take an L to somebody just frantically mashing and got lucky with these hit confirms. You can still take an L. And I say that because I don't call myself a scrub, but I beat a lot of pro players. A lot, bro. I stopped counting. You know, you can name 5 off the top of your head that I beat. And I'm saying that if a scrub can beat a god, and I can beat a pro player who's giving me their all, that's why I say everybody just be humble. Get whatever you've accomplished, how many tournaments you've won, how many money matches you've won, whatever your rank is, you can still lose to somebody who's significantly lower in rank than you.
Yep.
And if you don't,
happens all the time.
If you don't humble yourself, like you just gonna get embarrassed. Period.
All right, so to get your, pick your brain on something a little different, because we know what DNF Duel has coming, but you don't only play DNF Duel, and that's not your only passion. You got a passion for King of Fighters. And,
I'm a passion for fighting games.
Well, yeah. But I know you like King of Fighters. You know what I'm saying? SNK did drop us a little news. You know what I'm saying? I know they got kind of lost in the sauce.
Right.
Because you had Arc Revo, you had, Tekken dropping all kinds of crazy trailers. Then you got, Capcom like, yo, here's a demo. And that character creator is is deep. But my brother, to talk a little bit of KOF, where you at on it? Are you even interested in going back to a 13, or because I know 15 ain't your flavor really?
Nah,
But are you still interested in going back to a 13, checking it out, seeing what it's like?
I am excited for 13 having rollback because even though it's been almost a decade, it's been almost 10 years since 13 came out. Back when 13 was out, I felt like my potential was halted because of the delay-based netcode. The netcode on King of Fighters 13 was the absolute worst netcode I've ever seen in my life. Like it is, the game died because of the netcode alone. Graphics is dope. Hit confirming feels good. Everything looks beautiful as far as look and how it feels. It feels good and it looks good offline. When you playing somebody sitting next to you with another controller. But when you go into that matchmaking, you can't get a smooth match to save your life. I've never ever had a smooth online match on King of Fighters 13 ever. It's always been stiff, clunky, choppy, and laggy, and stuttery, and it is just. In other words, you go to practice mode and everything's smooth, and you're doing all your combos, but you go online and you're moving like molasses because the connection is just bad. Even if you're on Ethernet, it wasn't that people. I can't stand Wi-Fi warriors, but I won't blame the Wi-Fi warriors in this regard. The netcode itself was just really, really bad. They just threw that game together as far as netcode, and they didn't care really. They just wanted to sell King of Fighters 13 because of what it looked like. But it was on PlayStation 3 when it came out. I feel like now, especially with rollback, whenever they give it to us, I'm going to start over from white belt, go back to do some of them combo trials. And I'm going to go online and see what I'm made of, because I felt like I could have been a lot better than I was online had I had better connection. And I'm proving that just with DNF Duel. Any game I play, if I got a smooth connection, I'm going to rise up to the God rank. Whatever that's like for the game I'm playing, I'm rising up because I have no restrictions, nothing affecting my gameplay as far as connection is concerned. I can be all of who I am. I can give you my all, win or lose. The fight ain't gonna be no steamroll. You're not gonna steamroll me once I start learning the game's mechanics. Once I get good at Street Fighter VI, all the losses I'm gonna take up until a certain point, the losses gonna stop and these dubs finna start happening because now I understand what's happening. And it's gonna take
I'm excited for that one. I ain't going front. I'm excited for that one. See, but you even got me interested in 13. You got me interested in checking out that 13.
Yeah.
Seeing what they got going on over there. See if I can go in and fire that game up. Get a dub or two.
Well, they're gonna give us a new copy of it. So if you got an old copy of 13, it's probably not gonna work. Once they release the rollback version, I think you're gonna have to pay for it. I think that because it's KOF, they're gonna try to get that money. So if you want the rollback, and then it's gonna be like remastered, updated graphics, they're gonna balance the game out. So I think they're probably gonna they're not gonna patch the old game. I think they're just gonna give us King of Fighters 13 for like $9.99 or something, maybe $12.99. I don't know. It ain't gonna be too expensive because it's an old game and they're trying to resell it. But I feel strongly that the King of Fighters 13 that we're about to get, we're gonna have to pay for a brand new copy, download or disc, and your old copy, if you have one, won't even work anymore. Because right now I can't get online. Like it says server down or this server doesn't work. It's a message that lets you know you can't go into matchmaking. So you can still play KOF 13 computer, CPU and stuff, but I don't do that. So I had the digital copy, so I can't really play King of Fighters 13 until the new one comes out, the new rollback version.
And see, with that said, I wonder what they're gonna do on the Steam side. I wonder if they're gonna just kind of patch what they got or release like a new version of it.
Thing. They're gonna get. I say that because these gaming companies are greedy. At the end of the day, it might not be $30. I can't see it costing 30, 29, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, $25, $30. I can see it probably costing like $9 though. They're gonna try to get $1 out you.
Yeah.
Here's the new KOF 13 remastered, fully remastered, wherever they subtitle they give it. I think we're gonna have to pay for it, which I don't mind. It ain't gonna be but $10. It shouldn't be that much.
Because the Steam edition is $19.99, which
right. So I can definitely.
I'm not against. I'm not against $20.
Yeah, definitely. If $20 at the most and $10 at the least is for KOF 13. I don't know the price yet, but I just know they're gonna make us pay something because it's just they're putting time in it and resources in it, and they gotta pay those people. They gotta recoup that money.
Gotta get that cheese up, son. Gotta get that cheese. But yeah, definitely. I'm interested to see how that plays out. Comes out, and if we're gonna get, I know someone's getting crossplay, but I don't think 13 is getting crossplay. But I can't remember.
May or may not. I don't see why it should. No, it's gonna get crossplay because it already had crossplay.
Oh, okay, cool.
It had crossplay when it came out back in the day when it came.
All right, word. So last up, you know what I'm saying, because we do have some new experiences since you've been, playing with the game a little bit longer. We lowly PC players don't get to touch the demo until tomorrow.
Because y'all don't know how to act.
And sadness crossed the land.
Y'all that bad kid that don't listen.
Yo, man, look, I never knew PC. I was like, yo, we're PC players. All right, cool. I can play this game, no doubt. And then I was like, yo, what PC players doing? Why y'all always messing with stuff?
The utmost. Listen, you see the discourse now on the FGC that's playing a cracked version of Street Fighter 6. These PC gamers and got a little patch code, and they still playing it with the demo roster. They ain't just playing with Ryu and Luke. They playing with the other characters because they playing with the cracked version, trying to get ahead of the game. So when the game drops, they already know how to play. They finna rise up to the god ranks within the first week of the game coming out. So like, get out of here with that.
Here's my thing about that. I mean, I guess this is, you know what? Okay, I'll say this and I'll get off the conversation. I'm gonna just jump on and then jump off. Okay, so these people that do this grind and learn and basically cheat to learn because they're not supposed to have access to it.
Facts.
All so they can have high rank, right?
That's it. That's all.
Hold on. Go with me. They do this all to have high rank. But I thought rank didn't matter. I was told rank didn't matter. But y'all are cheating. Y'all are ripping the game off. So when the game comes out, early, you can have a high rank.
Early.
But the game's rank doesn't matter. That's what I was told. I've been told that by numerals of people.
But listen, let me because I know you want to jump on it, but before you jump completely off this platform, let me hold you. Let me hold your hand while you dangle real quick before you jump off. Listen, I'm gonna say this. Hopefully, sets the record straight. It probably won't, but I'm just gonna say it like this: rank matters, but it doesn't matter. Let me explain. The reason it doesn't matter is because, like I said at the top of the show, just because you're a god don't mean the scrub can't beat you or get a win off you, right? So in the sense of whether or not I can beat you doesn't matter. I actually would rather fight when I start small on a game. I'm rank 1 or gold belt, whatever the low rank title is on the game.
I think on Street Fighter it'll probably be rookie or something like that. I
set my settings to high rank because, for one, most fighting games give you more points for beating higher ranked players. Like somebody ranked higher than you and you win, after that match, the higher they score the game, you get significantly more points for winning against higher ranked players. Versus your own rank, you may just get the standard, whatever that standard looks like. And for me, I like my battle points on in Street Fighter, wherever it looks like. So if I can get more points, it pushes me closer to the next rank up tier faster than just taking a million fights with my own rank or people lower than me. So in that regard, I would rather start off getting beat down by the higher ranks, because they're going to show me things that I haven't thought about doing or just didn't know could do, because they've been grinding more than me, or they had the game longer, or whatever. They put more time in than I have, and I'm just starting off. I don't really want to fight somebody rookie rank because they're going to do rookie stuff. And yeah, if I beat them, I still don't feel like I've learned nothing. But when you beat a higher ranked player, they're giving you all of the tricks and all of the high level play that you wouldn't normally see in somebody your rank or lower. So that teaches you things that you wouldn't normally learn anywhere else. And it helps to build you up. Because if you just only fight people at your level, you're gonna stay at that level as far as knowledge. Maybe you'll
move up like very slowly.
You'll move up slowly, but in as far as the leaderboards is concerned, but you're also moving up slowly mentally, because you're only seeing certain things, because a lot of people just don't know how to do other than the things that they know how to do. They only know how to do this thing, and that's all they're going to do when you fight them. But you fight somebody higher ranked than them, they've done it, been there, done that, and they're going to show you in this fight. They want to steamroll you. They want to beat you down. They saw your rank at the rank screen. They're like, oh, this is scrub. I'm about to kill this dude. And they're coming at you with the bully energy, with all of the arrogance and ego, and you somehow come out victorious. You've just learned some new tech. So in that regard, rank doesn't matter, because you can beat somebody higher than you. But rank also matters because everything I just said, a high ranked person didn't get there luckily. It wasn't luck that got them there. Maybe a few fights they got lucky and won. But if they had 1,000 fights, they probably won 100 of them by luck. The other 900 they won with skill. So luck exists, but not every fight. That's BS to say somebody is lucky to be high ranked. That's a lot of luck for you to be that high up, and every fight you win was luck, and there's no skill. You got lucky. Everybody's saying that's BS. So rank matters, whether people like it or not. I've had inboxes in my PSN where somebody told me my rank don't matter, but the person said that to me was significantly lower in rank than, and still hasn't beat me yet, but had a strong opinion. Not just that one, but a lot of rank matters. It matters because if it didn't, the devs wouldn't put it in the game as an achievement. If rank don't matter, they would give us fighting games with no titles, no rewards, no ranking system, just all 100% casual matches. Here y'all go, here's your fighting. They won't do that because they know people are going to complain online, their sales are going to drop. If rank didn't matter, people wouldn't buy the game. They buy the game so they can be high ranked, so that they can put the clip out and show you that they're high ranked. It matters.
Yeah.
If it didn't matter, y'all wouldn't be trying to get ahead of the game, playing a version of the game before Street Fighter VI even come out. Y'all wouldn't mod the game and cheat your way and try to lag switch or do something to give yourself some type of advantage as far as connection advantage, or you doing something to your system, your console, your PC that you probably know is taboo if somebody caught you, but since can't nobody catch you or prove it, you're gonna keep doing it. Why are you doing it if you're the guy that does it? Because you want to rank up high. And if rank don't matter, then what are you doing? You can't have it both ways. So if you're saying to a person, rank don't matter, you're just hating on that person. You want to discredit them, bring them down to your level, or just throw shade because they're higher than you. And you want to just throw salt on them. Because if that's true, rank don't matter, then why are you in ranked mode? I fought you in ranked mode. You inboxed me and said rank don't matter. Why are you in ranked mode then? Because there's casual mode. There's lobby systems where y'all can fight each other just and it doesn't affect your numbers. Y'all can just win or lose. It doesn't matter. So if it doesn't, don't ever come into a ranked mode then. Don't buy KOF, Street Fighter, Tekken, whatever game you buy, and don't never enter the ranked lobby matchmaking system. Always fight casual matches only then. Because if you say those words to me and you have a rank that's not rookie, but mid-tier, whatever your title says, that means you've been in rank, you've been winning, and you've been ranking yourself up. Why are you doing it if it doesn't matter? Because that also applies.
Oh no. Oh man. See, that's what that look, they out there hating. They out there, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to stop you, you know what I'm saying? That's how they do. They be trying to stop a brother. Trying to make sure they can't, you know, like he can't finish his sentence. That's all right, so basically we gonna go on and get the brother back on. But the thing that I want to just, you know, I'll make sure, you know, we ain't gonna stick to this forever. We ain't gonna stick on this forever. But I'll just say, you know what I'm saying, look, rank, you know what I'm saying, it matters. It's not the end all be all, but it is a great example of your standing amongst the other people that are also tracking their standings in the game. And there is some merit to it in totality of your journey playing against others and learning the character and or characters.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It shut me off. I don't know what I was saying last time it shut me off.
Yeah, basically you were talking about how they're, you know, to summarize it, you know, like their journey, this is what tracks it, and it does matter. And saying that it doesn't matter, it's kind of like an attack on the person that you're using it against, because of course they met you or met the person that they're talking to in ranked mode.
Okay, so that was the last thing I said. So yeah, so just to summarize, because I cut me off, I don't want to repeat all that. If you go into ranked match and get one fight, just one, not thousands, just one, then rank matters, and I don't want to argue with you more. Don't say it no more. You have single-handedly killed your own argument because you yourself have a rank. Whether that rank is high tier, low tier, or mid tier, if your rank title is higher than rookie, automatically your argument is null and void, because you have to go into the rank match to even get that title. You got to win some rank matches to get that title. To rank up from rookie, you got to go into rank match and win a fight. So the very first fight you take in rank match kills your rank don't matter argument. I don't want to hear you talk about rank not mattering if you have a rank. If you even have a rank, it doesn't matter if it's high or low. If your rank isn't rookie,
anything above rookie,
you don't get to argue. You don't get to say rank don't matter, because your own personal rank is not rookie. You inadvertently
might be able to say something like rank doesn't matter anymore to me, but that doesn't mean that in the objective context of players as a whole that it does not matter.
But it still matters to that person too. It may not matter. There's levels to matter, right? Mattering has levels. So maybe it doesn't matter in a grand scheme of things to you, but your personal rank matters. I don't expect you to praise another person. Most people are haters. So I don't expect you to give another person props. But you are going to give yourself some props. Even if you don't put out a clip, or if you don't show nobody, you sit in your video game chair, your couch, wherever you doing, and you in rank mode, and you trying to reach a goal. You trying to get to this rank, silver, bronze, platinum, whatever it looks like for the game you playing. You are trying to get out of the lower tiers and put yourself in this tier or that tier. It matters to you, but other people's rank don't matter to you. That's fine that other people's rank don't matter to you. It shouldn't. You should be focused on self and self-improvement. But to dismiss them because they beat you, or y'all just having a discussion in the inbox after y'all fight, that's when you become a hater. Yo, rank don't matter. Yes, it does. because I met you in rank. It matters because I ain't seen nobody who won any tournament in any fighting game that's a low rank. Everybody who has entered a fighting game tournament sanctioned by some sponsor that's a cash prize, and it's a world stage. They got sponsorships for it and everything. Each and every one of those players have a high online rank. They went to online rank. They may be practicing in casual mode, but their rank title, when they're not in a tournament, is extremely high. There are no rookie ranked people joining tournaments and winning. Everybody play the game at home up until it's time to go to the tournament and fly out of town. Before you're not playing the game itself in a tournament setting every day. You're playing the game itself at your home every day until the tournament day comes and you get on your plane and fly to the tournament. Mm-hmm. What are you doing to practice? You're playing the game itself on matchmaking. So you ranked high up, and then now that the tournament's coming, all right, I'm ready to enter and put my name in the hat, and you go to the tournament and win, or you place third or whatever. Nobody. When I say nobody, I mean nobody. There is nobody in the history of fighting games that won a sanctioned tournament that was a low rank. And I'm
pretty sure if we threw this to people just straight up on the street or at the next tournament, just went on and asked them the question, be like, does rank matter? And not allow, it has to be just yes or no. No long explanation. No kind of, oh, well, there's context. No, just yes or no. Does rank matter? We are all here at this tournament to, why? Because these people are all rookies?
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
You watch all this video game footage, all this tournament footage. Why? Because all of these people are on novice mode. Come on, man.
It's just unrealistic talk. It's crazy talk.
But let's skip the crazy talk. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, if y'all got something to celebrate, come on over here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing no hateration, no holleration. So come to Death Row. But anyway, you have been playing Street Fighter VI demo a little bit more. You've uncovered something. Because we have talked about this, this issue many times, and now finally we have the option to play in a tournament from your couch. You know what I'm saying?
I was playing the demo last night because every night I get on the demo and go to in order to play the game in the practice mode, since it doesn't have practice mode, is you go to a tutorial and you set a tutorial that tells you to do a thing, but don't do the thing and just do other stuff so that you can, that you got full meter. There was a menu that I kept skipping because I wanted to hurry up and just play, but I sat and stared at this menu because they had everything X'd out. All of the game modes, there's a game mode menu. As soon as you turn Street Fighter VI on, it takes you to the fighting ground and you pick your option. If you go back, if you press the start button, it brings up a menu to pick a game mode. I guess once the game released, we'll be able to do this: verse mode, online rank, tournament mode. I saw tournament mode, and I was like, "Oh, Street Fighter VI is going to be like Tekken 7," because Tekken 7 has a tournament mode just like that, where you go in there, it puts you in 16 bracket. The prize is a ranked title, because there's online rank in Tekken 7, then there's tournament rank in Tekken 7. Like, they rank you in tournaments. However many tournaments you win, you'll get certain ranked titles, and you can change your title to that. So, and the tournament is set up like any other tournament. They put you in 16 brackets, and you fight until you survive until the very end. And everybody they can stay and watch, or they can leave out the tournament when they lose. It doesn't matter. I have plenty of tournament experience, because if a game has a tournament mode that's online, where I can go online, and when it's my turn to fight, I'll just fight. If it's not my turn, I got to sit there and spectate on other people's fights until it's my turn. That's what tournaments are. Tekken 7 did it right, but not all fighting games have that. Even Street Fighter V didn't have a tournament mode, nor did Street Fighter 4, nor did Street Fighter 3. But Street Fighter 6 is going to have an online tournament mode. I don't know if it's going to be ranked or not, because it's blacked out, and we'll find out June 2nd. But the fact that it has that, and people have told me to discredit me on my DNF Duel progress, you ain't won no tournaments. We run a tournament every such and such day. We'll never see you in the tournament. You know, I've heard it all. People have come to you to say it to you about me behind my back. Okay, all right, here we go. Next gen, we have a tournament mode. Yep. And when I do win some of these tournaments in Street Fighter 6, I'm gonna be joining them joints just out of boredom. I'm bored up and I don't feel like playing ranked today. I'm gonna jump in the tournament. But see, I'm gonna put out those clips and save all that progress. How many tournaments you want, open mind? This many. Well, wait, that's not a sanctioned tournament, because see, now
because then it's gonna have to be the Intercontinental belt.
You ain't fly to Florida and win the tournament. That's just an online tournament. Those don't count.
Pro,
you know, like, you know, they're gonna make up a new rule or a new.
Yeah, there's always a new, some kind of new, you know, rule.
Nobody wants to
hurdle
give you no
that you gotta pass. Like it's gonna be like all right, so we'll have tournaments. And matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna start running some tournaments. But here's going. All right, so I can see it now. So they got tournament. So now you can come into a tournament and play a tournament. Now it's going to be similar to that whole Evo thing where they're like, well, it was online, so it doesn't matter, huh? So it did. So all those people that played, none of their time mattered. So they all just wasted their time.
Right.
Come on, man, stop it. Like
this tournament mode allows people to run tournaments on their own YouTube channels or Twitch channels. Yep. Street Fighter 6, mind you, because now all games should do this. Like, now, if we're gonna restrict it to physical show up offline tournaments in 2023 going forward, we're still kind of living in the past with that mindset. A lot of us need to stop with that. If you can make it to a tournament, more power to you. I'm not shading people who have the time to fly around and the free money to blow to go participate in these tournaments. But a lot of us would like to participate, whether we win or lose. We sometimes, like, in order for me to win a tournament, I'm going to have to lose a couple of them. So even I'm not going to win my first 2 tournaments of Street Fighter 6. I'm going to take some L's, but eventually.
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't think we need to be face to face until you're like at a national level. And that's just for fanfare's sake. I don't think you need to. I'd say, in all honesty, you could just group people by their region. They could play, so you know the connection would be mad smooth. So it's like, for instance, you could do a tournament where everyone because California is this big, so everyone in California plays each other. Texas is big, everybody in Texas plays each other. Or maybe like everyone in Texas plays each other, and then everybody in, say, Arizona and Nevada plays each other. But then after all the regions play each other and you have your top, then you can have an in-person, and that's just for the fanfare. Not because they have to, but just because of the fanfare. And I'm cool with that. But you want all these people just flying around and driving around and spending all this money. We just finished talking about Punk, talking about he spent, what do you say, $2,000? $2,000 to go to Japan and lose. Bruh. $2,000?
He lost twice. He lost $2,000 and he lost a tournament.
And I don't mind. Now, of course, if you're going, say you're going to CEO or whatever, and you're in the US, that's fine. But there's people that come to the US from other places to play in these tournaments. And I honestly don't think most of these tournaments need to be in person. And what I said is need to be. It's cool to be there, but to create a culture where if you're not sitting beside the person or standing beside the person, then it doesn't matter. But then say things like, well, rank doesn't matter. Those don't mix, because you have a very traditional mindset when it comes to the tournament, but then a very modern mindset when it comes to rank, or, you know, like I've heard the argument with you for like win percentage or something like that, which is a very modern mindset. What I mean by modern mindset is, back in the days, because I'm 40. So back in the days, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. So meaning nobody cares what Michael Jordan's shooting percentage was. They cared that he put up X amount of points during his career.
And you have X
They
amount
don't
of
care how many times. No one says how many times the ball was stolen from Jordan, or how many times he was blocked, or how many times he missed a shot. No, it's about how many points he scored. Same with Kobe, same with LeBron, same with Wilt Chamberlain, all of these greats. Same with nobody. So you can't have a very traditional mindset saying that, hey, you need to be beside someone for them to matter. But then have a very modern mindset. We need to be flat across the board. I'm like, we got the internet, we got the speed. Like, well, depending on where you live, you can get 1G speed in your house. You can get a gig downloading, and probably just about a gig uploading in your own home now. Bruh.
You can get high-speed internet in a rural area, country area, as long as you got those little boosters. Like, of course, internet connections and cell phone connections are weaker in the country of the city, like the country areas where there's barely any power lines and it's just grass and trees. That's understandable. But there's ways to boost that connection even still. Even those people can get a high-speed connection. They just got to buy some extra parts to.
Yeah, you got to buy. Like out here, I'm in Virginia, so places like Amelia County or Powhatan or Dinwiddie, all of those little places that you never hear about in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? All of the Emporia, all of those like country, out of the way areas. You know what I'm saying? They still get high speed internet, but you gotta, you have to, you gotta buy more equipment.
You gotta buy a little bit more equipment, but it's possible to get high speed, non-laggy connections even in rural areas, because we live in a technological age where we've advanced in technology for even the poorest of the poor. I've seen a homeless man with a cell phone, an iPhone 4, iPhone 10. Like,
in LA, they be rocking them cell phones.
These people are homeless and jobless.
For people that live in LA, all right, so the underpass on National to get on 405, all right, I saw a man, homeless dude, on a lawn chair with his feet up, scrolling through his cell phone. Bruh, if I'm telling you, I could not believe it, but it's true.
He ain't got no place to sleep. He don't know where his next meal gonna come
Homie was laid up though, had his feet up.
Sleeping in the alley. Like when the nighttime go and it's time to go to bed, he finna find an alley somewhere and go sleep it. You know what I'm saying? He's sleeping outside. Dude got a whole touch screen connected to the internet. So there is
he was scrolling through, man, he was lounging like I was at my house.
If a homeless person can get online using the free Wi-Fi at Starbucks, as long as he's sitting close to their building or whatever free Wi-Fi area he can.
And sometimes cities have Wi-Fi's, by like AT&T or Time Warner. Oh, well, there's Spectrum now, but Time Warner, whoever.
Yeah, I know Spectrum. It's just we live in an era that technology, or at least high internet speed, anybody that can pretty much get access to it. So if you're a gamer, that means you're not poor and homeless and without internet. So if you're gaming with a janky connection, that's just you being either lazy or you're doing it intentionally because it gives you an advantage.
Or maybe they cheat. They got the internet starter package, and they like, look, I ain't paying for no more.
I'm cheap. I have the internet starter package, but what I told them was to make sure we got the AT&T. We got AT&T. Let me get the fiber joint. So they told me the packages, the speeds, and I called PlayStation hotline to see what's the speed what's my speed goal to where I can have the smoothest connection. And they said at least 380 megabits or something. This is the PlayStation hotline person I talked to, just one of them little dispatchers, those little operators. It's like the best if you're gonna play online on our console, the Sony console. It's best to do it on an Ethernet cord, and it's best to have. You don't have to have like the super high speed, but you need at least 300 megabits. I got 460. Every time I test my connection before I go online, it's at least 400 something. The highest I've seen was 460, but sometimes bottoms out to like 390 something or 400. Like it fluctuates, but it's
Word.
not less than 350. So as long as you got at least 350 megabits, you're pretty much good to go to play any game, whether it's a shooting game, Madden, NBA 2K, a fighting game. If it's online and it connects you to other people, you're least likely to lag if you got at least 350 megabits. Anything less than that, you don't need to even be online. But they gonna go online anyway because I just want to play. I just bought this game. I'm already being cheap. I ain't paying for the internet pack. That stuff's too expensive. Blah blah blah. If you're the cheap person who doesn't want to spend the extra $50 a month, whatever it is, in your city or county for the higher speed, but yet you want to come online and be the biggest trash talker, the most arrogant person, but your home setup, which we won't know unless you tell us, your home setup is the cheapest internet package, but yet you sitting up at the top ranks. Is it you or is it your connection that got you there? You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna speak no names, but because it's not just DNF Duel, it's fighting games, period. Like some of the laggiest people are high ranked. A lot of my high ranked fights be laggy. The person I'm fighting is choppy and laggy, but they rank high. They either rank higher than me or they just rank high, period. And it's like, why is this dude internet so bad? Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'll sometimes plug in the middle of the match. I say it right here on the mic. If your connection is bad and I'm fighting you, this junk is lagging and choppy, and I'm struggling just to get a hit confirm, or I have no control over my character like I normally do. I will turn the game off in the middle of the fight. I don't care if you clip it.
And see, that's also something that you can feel. Like Smug put out that shouts to Smug, you know what I'm saying, brother out there doing this thing, you know, ball rogging it up, Dudley ended up. He put out that tweet where he was talking about someone's laggy connection. And people were saying that, hey, it looks smooth and this, that, and the third. A lot of times lag doesn't always come through visual. Sight.
A lot of times, most of the time it doesn't come through visually. Only some of the time can you clearly see it's like Rick Charles can see the lag. But most
that match that I put up right when Strive did the crossplay, when I was like, hold up, we were over here and now we're over there. Like, right. Like it was clear. Like
that was clear. Yeah, that's some clear. Like, and then I remember that video you put it. You was using Faust, and I can't remember who you was fighting, but I saw that. But a lot of time, that's one of them lucky rare occasions where you was able to like really show the lag. But most of the time, fights look smooth, but don't feel that way.
Yeah,
you hold that controller in your hand. It's an optical illusion because, and also it also depends on who's clipping it too. The laggy person might not even feel it. On their end, it's smooth. On your end, it's lagging. That's what people don't get about online fighting games. You may not, your TV screen is showing you a smooth, moving character. My TV screen is showing me a slow, sluggish character. We're both in this match together. But my TV screen and your TV screen isn't showing the same thing. And I'm not feeling the same smoothness on my controller that you're feeling on your controller. So you really wouldn't know if I'm lagging or not. You just mashing your button because you got an opponent in front of you and I happen to be that opponent. But you playing on a Wi-Fi connection and hey, I ain't had no problems up to this point. I don't know what everybody's talking about. I ain't never lagged. You probably not lagging, but you're making them lag because your connection isn't strong enough to even be in this fight. You're
like I had, like that day when I was playing Strive, I was like, I wonder what this person can see. Like sometimes I kind of wish I could see, or I could call that person, and be like, hey, did you record that? Show me your screen. I want to see, like, because it looked crazy for me. What did it look like for you? You know, like that kind of thing.
Before, and not on DNF Duel, but just it's just a random fighting game. I can't remember it. I remember I kept getting matched to this guy. I want to say it was Tekken 7. Yep, it was Tekken 7 last year sometime, early last year, probably like around this time last year. The server kept matching me to this person, and since I wasn't nobody online, I kept taking those fights because I couldn't get nobody else. So I won. I barely won a couple of them, but I just kept losing to this guy. And so I inboxed him. I was like, "Yo, by any chance, is it lagging for you?" And of course, he was arrogant. I ain't lagging. You just trash. Like what I'm saying. So
Oh.
so in the inbox, I was like, all right. So he's on that. So I ain't even gonna go no further. I'll just cut the conversation off. In most cases, they don't feel it. In most cases, the lagger, the lagger doesn't feel the lag. You do, because they're connected. Because that's how delay based netcode works. That's how rollback works. What they're trying to do is the person with the weakest connection, they're gonna give. It's like overcorrecting. It's an artificial intelligence that's doing. It's not a human being that's monitoring this fight for y'all. It's a code system put into play that's supposed to self-correct. Well, here's what the self-correction does. Here's the catalyst or the caveat to self-correcting internet or self-correcting servers. The weakest connection, the thing tries to give the connection to the weaker person because your connection is weak. So all this speed, we're gonna give more of it to you and less of it to this person because this person's already fast. If the server is already recognized, one of y'all is on Ethernet, one of y'all is on Wi-Fi, or both of y'all is on Wi-Fi, or whatever it is, somebody's connection is stronger than somebody else's. So we're gonna take some speed from you and give it to that person mid-fight, mid-combo, mid-punch, mid-kick, mid-sidestep. The thing tries to correct in mid-fight. And what happens is a delay, a lag, a latency, some type of interference with the connection. And it's trying to do is correct. It's trying to self-correct in a split second, and it's overcorrecting, giving more speed to one side, less speed to another side, which is creating an unbalance there. Now you yourself, I'm not lagging. I got a fast speed, but the game makes you lag because it's trying to overcompensate for this other person whose connection is weaker than yours. Their speed isn't as fast as your speed. They're gonna take speed from you and give it to the other person, but they took a little bit too much. And since there's no human there to see that, the AI controlled server that just tries to that's already designed to do it itself because that's manpower, man hours, and money. It's easier to just create a code and put it into the video game you're playing that self-corrects. That's fine, but it's still not a human being that can temper itself. It overcorrects because it's designed to correct. So the system did its job, but it's still not, it didn't do its job. It kind of overdid it because now that you're trying to correct this speed problem that we're having mid-fight, I'm losing speed. This person's getting a smooth match on their end. They're probably not even, that's why I say in most cases, not all, most cases, the lagger doesn't feel the lag. It's the other person that feels it. And you have a false sense of confidence as you win these fights because you're playing on Wi-Fi as it is. You're not gonna not play on Wi-Fi. I don't know where everybody's home setup is. I can't tell people how to live in their house, but at the very least, own your own BS and say, all right, well, I am playing on Wi-Fi, so I'm sure if I was playing on a faster connection or if I was playing offline or if it was different circumstances, probably the person would beat me. But no, arrogance won't let people do that. Arrogance would tell a person, I'm better than you, you trash, and go, find another hobby or whatever dismissive thing they can say because they refuse to admit that they got a trash connection. So with that said, man, I will say it again. I don't care if it's Street Fighter 6 or Tekken 8. If I fight you in ranked, because rank matters, and you choppy, you laggy, or the system is I feel some lag, I will reset the game mid-fight. I will not wait till one of us wins or loses. I will turn the game off and start over, go back to lobby and find me another opponent that's not lagging. So you can call it a rage quit if you want to, because that's probably what it looks like on your end. It looks like I rage quit, but all I did was disconnect. There's no emotion. Rage quit implies emotion. Look at the word. Rage quit. Who said I was mad? Who said I had any emotion whatsoever? Why can't I just be sitting on my couch, mashing my buttons, notice that the game is lagging, decided in that moment, nah, I don't want to fight this laggy match. I'm going to just go reset, go find me another opponent. Who's to say I had any attitude at all about it? A disconnect and a rage quit is not the same. The same thing happened where on your end you see connection dropped or opponent loses connection or whatever. You see that little message that pops up. But it's the context is not, you have no idea. If you haven't talked directly to me and I gave you a reason, you're just making it up in your head. This guy rage quit. No, he didn't. Your connection's bad. But I was in mid combo. I was about to win, and you could. Your connection is bad. I'll try to win, but if I see that I can't. This lag is ridiculous to get this. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. I'm turning the game off. Like I don't, and I'm good. I say it proudly because I know people lag switch on PlayStation. You can't mod a PlayStation and go online. If you have a modded PlayStation or a modded Xbox, you sacrifice your ability to go online because the system recognizes that you have a modded PlayStation and it'll restrict you. But if you have a modded PC, you can go online and play in ranked matches. So all people can do on console, which is Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, all they can really do is lag switch, which is you got to be on Wi-Fi and you got to be sitting close to your modem to press that wet button. It doesn't disconnect the match. It just kind of makes it stutter a little bit and messes everybody up. And if they'll do it mid-fight, or they'll do it before the fight loads so that they ain't got to worry about it and they can focus on the fight. You can lag switch manually.
And
it'll lag switch. You can lag switch manually, and it'll create a bad connection for the opponent you're fighting. They probably won't notice it. A lot of people will keep fighting because they're in a zone and they're not paying attention, or maybe they see the lag but they're trying to overcome it. A lot of times it's too late. Like you realize it too late and you lose.
Yeah, that's something that like we can never really know because like we said, we're experiencing it. So because when I saw people coming back on Smug, I'm like, bruh, like I think this guy probably knows what lag.
I believe Smug. I believe.
Like, I mean, Smug is pretty much any of those guys that like streaming is their job. Of course, without going to their house. But I assume if streaming is your job, you have like these crazy computers with all the RAM and all the the VRAM and solid state drives and everything's super smooth and quickie fast, right. And then you got the best internet, the top shelf, cable, fiber, whatever. Like they know when it's not them. Like for the most part, I'm pretty sure they know it's not them.
Right. They know it's not them. You pretty much know it's not. I know it ain't me because I don't always do it, but I try to get into a habit of testing my internet connection before I even go online. Like you go to the settings and you do a little internet check and it shows you how many megabits you got. I don't do it all the time, but I do try to make it a habit to just check my connection and make sure, because even though you on Ethernet don't mean you can't lag. I rarely see Ethernet lagging, but it could be like, you're using internet, AT&T, says sometimes at AT&T they having system problems and everybody is affected. The internet has gone out of my house many a time. And the kids coming downstairs and what's wrong with the internet? The internet. It's like it's bad for me too, kids. Let it reset. That happens. But and so sometimes you gotta like test and make sure before you even play the game and go into the lobby, do a little internet check real quick and make sure you got at least 300 megabits before you go online. Right? I don't do it all the time, but I try to get into a habit. That right there is all you really can do is to make sure it's not you. That's why I was saying it to say, you know it's the other person. I've checked my joint already. I know it ain't me. It's you because the 80% of my fights are smooth. 80% of my fights are smooth, no lag, no nothing. If I lost, I just lost. Yes, I have many losses that weren't laggy. I'm not blaming lag on every loss. No, I've taken my L's on smooth connections because that guy just beat me. But the other 20% of people who happen to be high ranks, they always lagging every time I fight them. There's no break. You see a person today they lagging, tomorrow they not. That happens a lot. I fight people like this guy was lagging last time I fought him. Let me take this fight and see what happens. And then I get into the fight and it's smooth. So I go ahead and run the set. But some people are always lagging all the time, every time, on a lot of fighting games. So my only combat remedy for that is to just, I'm not about to let you beat me and get these laggy points you finna get. I'm not gonna
not the laggy points.
I'm not giving you this free win. It's a free win because I'm not at my best. I'm not fighting you at my best. I'm struggling with your connection. I'm fighting your connection. I'm not fighting you. And that's not a fair fight. And I'm a fair person. So and you can't call the gaming developers and complain. You can't say, hey man, this last fight I had was laggy, do something about it. Like you don't have that option. So my only option is to reset the game mid-fight, shut it down, force you to go find another opponent, force me to go find another opponent. You didn't get that dub and you're not gonna get that dub if you lag it. If I notice it, because sometimes there's another thing that happens with lag. Lag is crazy. You can start off round 1 with a smooth fight. Round 2, it's smooth, but you lost round 2. Here comes round 3. This for the marbles. Now the game start lagging all of a sudden. I won the first round, lost the second round. Round 3 comes, now we lagging. Oh, what is that? The lag don't always happen right away. Sometimes it starts off smooth and starts lagging towards the end. That's where you get them people that disconnect right before the fight over and the person was about to win because the first 2 rounds was smooth. This last round was laggy as trash. Like, I'm not finna, this is crazy. I was about to win this. But I ain't got the same momentum now because round 3 fight is laggy. Round 1 and 2 was smooth. Round 3 is laggy. What is this? What just happened all of a sudden? You see what I'm saying? You ain't got time to explain it. You ain't got time to argue. You ain't got time to call foul play. You ain't got no, it's your word against theirs. You know what I'm saying? They can say you lying. Now y'all just bumping heads. I'm not doing none of that. I'm just gonna turn the game off, reset it, and go back to the lobby and find another match. Save the clip if you must, and smear, go on your little smear campaigns that y'all do, because you see them on the FGC all the time. But I ignore them. Anytime somebody posts a rage quit video on whatever game, Dragon Ball, whatever game they playing, I don't even give it no mind, because for one, I'm just looking at your version of this match. The other person, I don't even see their clips nowhere. I don't see their side of the story. So I just, you know what? If this is your content for today, I'm clicking off this, because this ain't content. This is you trying to say somebody quit on you. But what really happened in that fight? Were you really winning, or were you lagging? And you won't know that. So I just, like, that's their thing if that's what they want to do. But for me, I'm saying it right here on the mic. If your connection choppy, I don't care if the connection start messing up in round 1, round 2, or round 3. If we end this fight laggy, the fight's not gonna end like you want it to. You've been warned.
You know what? I be trying not to, you know what I'm saying, make y'all have. I be trying not to give y'all a stern word, but we gonna end right there. You've been warned.
You've been warned.
Guys, just get on the Ethernet. You know what I'm saying? Just get on the.
Just get an Ethernet cord. I don't understand y'all. They like $5 to $10, man, for a 100-foot cord, 300-foot cord, man. Like, ain't no excuse for this stuff. Like, I got high speed Wi-Fi. No, you don't. There's no such thing.
I mean,
high speed Wi-Fi.
Yes, Wi-Fi can be fast, but once you start, here's a problem, because you have a couple things against you when you do Wi-Fi, because now the strength that would normally be used to run the game only is now running the game and also depending on the PC side, because you might be recording the stream and live streaming and trying to stream Wi-Fi like that. Just get Ethernet, guys. So open mind. If you could tell them where they can find you and send all their hate mail.
Open mind, spell it with a Y at Twitter, and open_mind82 on YouTube, and the same for PSN. But my PSN is so restricted, locked down, I have to send you a friend request. So if you want to be my friend on PlayStation, inbox me on Twitter, or comment on one of my videos on my YouTube and give me your PlayStation name. I'll send you a friend request. No toxicity. I'm not a toxic player. If you're a toxic player, more power to you. I don't want no part of that. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not about to go back and forth with you. We're not finna get into no deep debates. But we can be cool and respectful and positive. Run some matches in the casual, whatever game you want to play. If I have that game, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm real positive and welcoming, but I'm also a human being, and I will respond accordingly to how you treat me. You treat me with respect, I give you respect. You disrespect me, the gloves coming off. You're never gonna see the positive, respectful side. You're gonna always see the gremlin, the monster. I'm gonna always be that to you when I see you. All because you was toxic in the first place. And that's not necessary for a video game. It's just a video game, bro. Like, none of this stuff is reality. This is just the thing we do to pass our time when we ain't doing nothing. And if we gotta be toxic while we doing it, that's mental health issues that I don't want to deal with. I'm not a therapist. I'm not your therapist. So if you got mental health problems and you feel like you need to take it out on people on video games, I'm not that person for you. Stay as far away from me as possible.
All right. So with that said, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, podcast, all that jazz. Until the next update, until the next patch, until the next DLC, until the next achievement. From us to you, we're saying peace.
Peace.